News: EndSARS, Agitation blame churches and mosques. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has blamed churches and mosques as well as some section of the media for promoting message of hate. He added that the EndSARS movement was a vehicle of hate message that Nigerians exploited. The president's spokesman said this in an article titled "If Nigeria Dies, Hatred Kills Her." Adesina wrote, "The EndSARS campaign began as an agitation against police brutality in which there was unanimity of purpose, and suddenly it became a vehicle of hate against leadership, against national cohesion, an opportunity to settle political scores, and equally prepare for power grab in 2023. Hatred came into the mix. Several influential clerics, including the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, had openly expressed support for the EndSARS protest, even as the ROCCG posted a video and stories of some of its youth that were victims of police harassment. However, Adesina said many churches and mosques used the campaign to spread message of hate and division. The president's spokesman added, "When things boil over in graphic demonstration of hatred, it is a accumulation of negative sentiment and tendencies. They come in persistent negative posting on social media, which generate and stimulate hate. From hateful messages from the pulpit, as if that was the message of love Jesus Christ handed over to his followers, from unduly critical messages during Jumat services, from radio and television programs in which bile is spewed, from talk shows which become a harangue of government, newspaper articles and columns tailored to instigate and generate dissent, and the likes. Eventually all culminates in hatred, which find expression in genuine cause like the EndSARS campaign. When things boil over, they leave sorrow, tears and blood in their wake, as we have seen, and who suffer? The whole country. Who bleed? Nigeria." Adesina said the agitation by youth against injustice and oppression suddenly turned on a vibrated nature. He added that separatists came under the umbrella and began to advance their cause, working for the disbandment of the country. Those beating black and blue in 2015 and 2019 election also crept in and asked for the pound of flesh, while also plotting for a return to power in 2023, the president aide said. Adesina expressed shock over the sudden turn of events which led to the killings and the destruction of public property. Taking another sweep at religious institutions, he wrote, "Hatred is evinced from many quarters for Nigeria and for its government and people at any given time. It comes from churches, mosques, professional activists and agitators, interest groups, some elements in the media, so-called analysts who never see anything good, and so on and so forth." Adesina claimed that President Major General Muhammad Buhari, retired, had discussed with him how he was impressed with the then Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arese, and the reform he was implementing in the institution. He, however, did not say why Buhari failed to extend the tenure of Arese despite his achievements. The president's spokesman added, "The president told me how much he had been impressed with Arese and how he regretted that that man spent just about a year with him. He then told me of the police of his dream and how he wished he caught someone who would translate the dream into reality." So when the president said in a speech to the protesters last week that comprehensive police reform was coming, I knew what he had in mind. If only we would be patient and let him implement the 5-point demand of the protesters, which he had accepted. But alas, the protests took another hue and nature, different from the original concept and focus. Hatred crept in, nurtured by all sorts of tendencies. The news concluded. Thank you for listening to the news, my viewers and listeners. This will I call it allegation, is coming from the president's spokesman, Femi Adesina, accusing the churches and mosques and some pastors of fueling hatred that culminated in the destruction of life and property. Adesina failed to understand that this hatred have been long time imbued in youth. It is not about President Buhari government. It is about the system and structure of Nigeria. The youth have been they have been neglected, pushed to the wall. There have never a time in the history of Nigeria or this modern democracy where Nigeria youth will rise up against an institution like the police and the military. This was a genuine agitation. Whether hoodlums hijack it or not, it is not the main thing. The fact is, many individuals all over the world supported this movement because the youth are agitating for equitable reforms in the society. For Femi Adesina to rise up now and say it is the church and mosque and other people promote hatred that lead to this end-start movement and destruction of property, it doesn't make sense at all. If not because of the shooting at the Lekki toll gate, I don't think this destruction of life and property could have happened. The youth, as a result of that shootings, then have to move to the streets to start demonstrating and burning down and destroying so many things. That is the view of generality of Nigeria. Mr. Adesina should not be political in this discussion or what have just happened. I believe he is defending the post or the master that pays him. He shouldn't come out to degenerate the Nigerian youth and those who have been killed as a result of this movement. We all believe in a just society, in a police system that is civil and treats human life. Yes, Mr. President means well, but for you to come out to say that it is the hatred are being fueled by churches and mosques, and that is not the love message Jesus Christ handed down to his to the church. That is not, you are not making sense, sir. I don't think you have made sense by trying to criticize churches and the mosque. Yes, no, all these people we are talking about that have been killed by police and brutality, they are all members of churches and the mosque. So the leaders of those churches have a right to support because they are feel the pains of their members or their family member who have been killed or brutalized by the actions of the den sacks. My viewers, what is your intake? What is your position? Comment on the comment box below. Let us hear your reaction on what Mr. Adesina have just said. And if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe to our channel boss and click the bell button to get updated anytime we posted new videos. Thank you for listening.